Hey guys, welcome to Holy Hot Mess, or back to Holy Hot Mess. We are your favorite messes, Gia and
Haley.
Today we are going to be telling you guys our testimonies as promised. I will give a little bit of a warning in advance. Me and Haley are two certified yappers, so if we start to go off course, either of us, just stay with us. We're going to get to there. Also, I just want to say sorry that we have not really been posting that much. I feel like I said this in another episode, but I will say our setup was pretty bad before, and our mic was not the best.
New mic, who dis?
Yeah, we did just get a new mic. Those of you on YouTube can physically see that, and those of you listening to us on Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, whatever, dang, can hopefully hear the difference. But yeah. Let's just jump right in. Haley, tell me your testimony. Tell the viewers, tell me.
Okay, so I grew up not really having much faith, but I was always like questioning everything. I'm pretty sure I drove a lot of people insane, being like, why are we here? Like, genuinely, what's going on? I always just wanted to know. And I was just very emotional as a kid. And I didn't know what to do with those emotions. And so I was always trying to, like, throw myself into things, trying to, like, look for something. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, if I do this, then I'll be happy. If I join the cheer team and I'm, like, with all these other people, like, then I'll, like, fit in, I'll be, you know, whatever. I was just like, what do I want to do? I never knew what I genuinely wanted. I was kind of just always trying to blend in. And I was really awkward. I, like, genuinely was struggling to blend in. And so then, yeah, growing up, and then, like, high school happened. I was really bad in high school. Really bad. But I genuinely didn't get bad until I was, like, 17. Like you said, I ran away, like, 3 times.
Show off.
But I kept coming back, and I remember one time, this was like a funny moment. So one time I was gone the whole summer, like couch surfing, you know? And when I ran away, I kind of didn't like plan on running away. Something like, we got back on vacation.
Does anybody really genuinely plan it? No. I feel like it's always just like a poor last minute decision.
Yeah, so we came back from vacation, and vacation, like, with my family was not it. So I ran away, like, after that, like, as soon as, like, we got back inside. Well, not really, but, and I didn't know. I, like, told my friend to pick me up, and she met me outside, but, like, I didn't have a plan whatsoever. So they're like, where are you sleeping tonight? And I genuinely was like, I don't know. So I lived like that the whole summer. And just, like, couch surfing. And then I remember having my backpack on and, like, knocking on my parents' door, like, the day before school. We've gone the whole summer. They open the door and they go, what are you doing here? And I'm like, I have school tomorrow.
That's so funny.
So, like, I've been a mess, but, like, I had my head somewhat straight, you know?
I have responsibilities.
Literally. And so, yeah, I was just a crazy, crazy little girl, and So then, I tried to get my life together. I was like, okay, I'm, like, now in my 20s, I can't, like, be out doing all those crazy things anymore. And I went to school, got an apartment, and then things hit the fan, okay? I had 2 jobs, was going to school, and then I had an apartment that I just moved into with somebody that I had no idea who they were, genuinely. Like, I was just, everybody that I was trying to get to move out with me was like, no. So I was like, I can't do this. I need my own spot. So, did that. I think I probably took on a little too much, because 2 jobs, going to school, and, like, it was a lot. And I did not graduate. I don't live in that apartment anymore. I lost both of my jobs, and I got in a car accident. I didn't know God at the time. He was literally like, girl, I'm beating you down. And I still did not get it. I was not getting the message. Like, I feel like I've had so many times to where God was like, this is your lowest. Oh, nope. You still think that's cool? We're going to go lower. And yeah. So that kind of was my breaking point. But still at the same time, I was just kind of like, I don't know. I moved back in with my grandpa. And then I was still, after all that happened, I was like, not even wanting to get another job. I like was so like brain dead from everything that happened in the span of 6 months, and I felt like I had nobody to go to. I was like mind blown by what just happened in my life. I was like, how do I recover from this? And so yeah, and I kind of gave up for a minute. I just like was out at the bar drinking like 7 days a week. Literally 7 days a week, sometimes from like 4 to like 3 in the morning, like 12 hours. I'm not kidding. That's all I did. And then I met this one lovely lady, lovely Lana Lovebug.
You guys should know Lana at this point.
Yeah, she's gonna come on a podcast episode, and because she did plant that seed, but because I was literally repeating to myself, like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I'm going to end up dead or in jail. Like, genuinely, I did not see another out for me.
Do you realize that you met Lana at the bar? Do you realize that was God meeting you where you were at?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy how he did that. He always does that. He's going to meet you where you were at the time you need it. And that is what I love about him so much.
Yeah. Like, it was crazy. And then we were talking about church. We exchanged numbers. And then she was like, I have this Alpha circle. Like, come to Alpha. And I was like, girl, you're really nice. But I don't know if that's for me. Like, I'm, like, kind of a messed up person. Genuinely. Like, you're not. Like, the idea of it, cool, nice. But, like, no. But I was feeling guilt and shame. And, like, I was not worthy to step into that environment. Well, Jesus is very loving. And so we kept in contact. She was texting me, but, like, at the time, it was kind of a little much. I don't know. I was like, she's so bubbly. She's so happy. Like, what's wrong with her? And then I texted her that one day, and I was like, hey, so about this Alpha circle, what's about it? And
what's tea?
Yeah. And I'm at the same bar when I texted her that we met at, and I'm in the bathroom taking a shit.
Girl. We're still working. Someone posted, or someone commented on our first YouTube video. It was like, not the F-bomb at this guy. Like, it wasn't that, but.
Sanctification is a very long process, guys. I've been saved for about a year. I scratched my head too, and I was like, do I say this? And I just prayed before. I was like, if I say something stupid, let me feel conviction. The head scratch. I think I ignored that one. Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
I'm literally dying over here. Oh my goodness.
It was like, I'm just trying to say, I was in a vulnerable spot.
Take two.
We're keeping this. I don't care.
I know we are. That was the question.
Anyway,
man.
like I wasn't. Fast forward to it.
Out of the bathroom.
But I heard her talking about about me, and she was like, oh my gosh, do you remember that girl Haley that we met here? Or I met here.
You heard her while you were in the bathroom?
Yes,
oh,
that's
okay.
why, this is why I'm like bringing it up. Because I just think it was kind of funny the way it happened. And I'm in the stall, and I'm like, do I say anything? Like, but I'm in the stall, mid poop. And I'm like, hey. Y'all talking about me. And then so, yeah. Then
They're like, that's where the bathroom's. I'm just joking.
And then we go out, we start talking, signed up for the Alpha group. It was okay as a beginner, like starting out. I was like, I cried a lot, like genuinely having people pray for me when I felt so broken. Like literally, I could not. I've had so many like, oh my goodness. Like, I cried a lot in that church. No joke.
Speaking of crying, all that laughing.
I was like, are you okay?
I am.
It was a lot of crying. And still didn't make sense, but like, I kind of felt better. And genuinely, like, God kind of knows I'm like, easily distracted, so he kind of gave me a whole bunch of people to kind of keep me in check, like, because like sometimes I don't listen to him, like the head scratch I probably should have just, like I need to be like sometimes slapped. Oh, I'm working on it. But yeah, so anyway, now so I did the Alpha course 3 times. First time I was like a mess, and genuinely I went there and then I would just get so like, like I feel weird. That was a lot. And then I just went and drank afterwards. And then second time, and I'd miss days too, and I chose work over, and sometimes I would like pick up shifts so I could just be like, yeah, sorry, I work, because I didn't want to go. And I felt bad if I like lied and didn't go, so I was like, I'm just gonna make money instead. And yeah, so and then my third time doing Alpha, I am now a helper. And
she's committed this time.
Yes, I'm a helper. And then my mentors, which is the girl at the bar, she's now my mentor, Lana. And yeah, so not even gonna explain that because that's like for a different time, but
hopefully. It was Pop Can. Not sponsored. We're not saying the pop name as I turn it around so no one can see.
I'm losing my train of thought.
Where are you at now with your faith? Like, what are you doing now? Present.
Okay. Oh yeah, because then I started going to church and then doing these Alpha groups and everything, and then they kind of looked at me and they were like, "You're doing all this stuff, like why haven't you admitted like you've been saved?" Like, because genuinely I thought it was like a whole like ritual or something. Like, I was like, how do you become a Christian? And I like before,
like it's a frat.
I didn't know, so I was confused. I was like, do I got this right? Do I? Like, are we doing good? And then they've been with me every step of the way since I got saved. And then I got baptized. And I've talked about it before. Then I went through that whole ghosting phase and I like ghosted them. And then I saw this one girl that I met at Alpha the second time I'd done it. And then after that, we talked, and he was like, oh, so now you need to get baptized because you're backsliding. Like, bad. And I was like, ooh. And so then I got baptized, and now I'm doing Alpha for the third time, and now I have brought people, and
so many people.
First day, there was 9 people that I brought from work, and our Alpha group was really big. because now I'm just like, I know Jesus, and now I want everybody else to, you know, like the girl at the well. Love, love, love. And so yeah, that's just pretty much what I've been doing. Now I've been doing partner too. We're partnered together. And then I had a takeaway from tonight that I was going to share, but I kind of forgot. So yeah, I guess that's my testimony. Love
And
love it.
To explain those courses to people that don't know, Alpha is pretty much like a lot of non-believers will go to Alpha too, and it's just introducing people to Christ. It's like a 8-week thing. They meet once a week. And then Partners is kind of that next step. We're going to partner with the church. You're getting more involved in things, and that's another 8-week course. And then after that is Planter, which I plan on doing next. I don't know if you do.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing partner or Alpha again, because I just love it. I love meeting new people at different steps in their faith, meeting people who have been going to this church for a while, and then also doing like inviting them to a Bible study like separately, you know, and like build those connections later on.
I would like to be a helper or a host of Alpha, I think.
Yeah, do it with me.
Done.
I won't be a host because I'm not that far in my faith yet. Like I was a host this Alpha one day. We had 4 salvations, woo, and our Alpha circle. I don't know how many. I have not got those numbers yet. I will find out tomorrow. But 4 salvations within our group, and my mentors were the hosts, but they had a vacation that they pre-planned, and so then I was their helper. I became the host. At Alpha one day, they have this whole, like, Holy Spirit, they sing worship. It's so good. But you really feel everything. It's like, it's a lot. It genuinely is a lot. There's a lot going on in the room, and you just feel it. And so I just became eloped. Is that the right word?
I don't know.
I heard it earlier today, and I was wondering what it was, and I just used it.
When you, like, marry someone? I don't know. Like,
I think so. Because
people will be like, we eloped. I hope that's not dirty. That's just like saying.
No, I don't know what that word means. Engulfed. I don't know. But
Guys,
I
we haven't been in school in a long time.
I said the word eloped because I was on the TV when they were talking about, like, that person's backstory. Oh, they were about to elope with her husband. So I think it is, like, a married term. And I just used it, like, out of context. I'm so sorry. My bad. Ugh. Yeah. Anyway, a lot of emotions were coming up out of me, and they said, so now we're gonna turn to the host, and they're gonna pray for everybody in the room, like everyone in the circle. Oh, whoa! Everyone looks at me. Bad. I was like not okay. I was freaking out because I feel still very new to this, so I didn't. And praying in front of, like, multiple people kind of scared me. Like, ish. Not
Can I ask you why?
Not
like, why are you so nervous to do it?
I have really bad anxiety. And even doing this, I was like, you're like, talk to me. Because I was just freaking out and yapping and just, you know? So I always feel like,
can I tell you you're doing so much better now?
No, because I prayed before. But I did, you know, he's helping now. I prayed. Because it would have been, we said we were going to pray. And we didn't. And then I messed up a few times. And I prayed. And now I'm doing better.
Also, I'm sorry to the people listening if you can hear, like, these little, like, clicks. The chairs we're sitting on. I know, but I can't stop moving. I'm going to, like, I don't know.
She got ants in the pants.
It's squirrels in my pants.
But the Alpha thing, so everyone turns around, looks at me. I'm a mess because, a wave of anxiety took over, and I was, like, profusely shaking because I'm like, bro, I'm supposed to pray for people. I need prayer. Like, what are we talking about? I just feel like I'm not at that point to be strong, and, like, I am strong in my faith, like, no doubt. I tell everybody the gospel, you know? Are
you worried you're gonna, like, say the wrong thing?
I don't know.
Because there's no wrong thing
I know,
to say.
a lot of other people say that too. And I am, I don't know. And I pray by myself. I'll pray for somebody one-on-one. But if there's, like, legit a second person there, like, I also have hated the idea of being perceived, which is so icky, because I am, like, very loud in people's faces, so it's like, why do I have that little anxiety in the back of my head being like, no one look at me?
I feel like you talk to, like, our partner group so casually. Like, I feel like it just flows naturally from you to be, like, an extroverted person.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's such spiritual warfare that you get when prayer starts to happen.
Devil's trying to shut me up, and I just gotta push through it.
I mean, like, no, sir. Pray it away. But I do when I, like, have really anxious moments, too, is I'm always just like, Jesus, please just walk with me in this moment.
Yeah.
Just, like, I just need to feel your presence in this
Seriously,
moment.
that's the prayer I prayed before, and now I'm talking pretty smooth, because, I was rambling.
It's okay to ramble.
But, like, going into too deep on one story, I was kind of putting people on blast. Not really. Just going into further detail than I really need it to be. When everyone is forgiven.
Yeah. Well,
so that was my testimony.
Should I get into it?
Yes.
Okay. Yee. So, I feel like it's important for me to also give backstory. Where I was never raised in a house that, like, believed in God or talked about God. Majority of my extended family is, like, Catholic. So I, like you said, have been to church for, like, weddings or a lot of, like, christenings, I think you call it, when, like, the babies get baptized, and funerals. Other than that, like, I don't know if you guys have ever been in a Catholic church. And I love all of my Catholic girlies that are watching. I have ADHD, and I have a really hard time personally, like, doing the kneeling, and then, like, I love, like, I go to non-denominational churches. I just feel like they grab my attention a little bit more, and that's just, like, the way that God speaks to me better. So I never really, like, caught on, and I never really listened. I remember one time my dad and my stepmom actually took me to Willow Creek. It's a church kind of by us.
The church is huge.
Yeah, it's a mega church. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, one of my main churches I go to is a mega church. But I don't know, I never really paid attention to that one either, but I definitely do recall moments in my life where I definitely was curious about Jesus, and I wouldn't even say Jesus. I don't even think I knew Jesus, I just, like, knew God. Like, Jesus is God, but I didn't know, like, the name Jesus, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm a little sicky. One moment that really I feel like I'll hold in my heart dear forever is, and this may shock some of you guys, but I actually went to a military boot camp, not one, not two, but 3 times.
I ran away 3 times, you went to 3 boot camps. Yeah. The number 3 is just...
I ran away once, girl, so you gotta go to boot camp one time. And I don't even think my parents knew this, but they were a Christian boot camp. And so they talked a lot about God. And I feel like that is actually kind of when the first seed got planted, even if I didn't stick with that as I got a little bit older. I feel like the last time I went may have been a freshman year? I don't know. I went like 3 times, so I don't know. No, I definitely did go in high school. Let me start rambling. No, that's not important. I remember the first time that I went. It was nighttime, and they were making us do all of these, like, I don't know, exercises. And I remember them being like, you know, if you guys can't keep up, we're going to drag you in the lake and wake you up. And I know that sounds terrible, but they, like, actually did it to one of the girls. And so I was not trying to be the next one. And I was falling behind a little bit. I don't know, I was a skinny girl, but I never, like, worked out, really. And so when they, like, said that to me, I started freaking out. And I remember this is the first prayer I think I ever said, was asking God to please help me in that moment to get through that. And I swear to you, after I said that, I could feel the presence of God. And I started picking up the pace like it was nothing. I wasn't tired anymore. I just did what I had to do. All of a sudden, I became, like, the model girl, like, doing all the exercises. And I remember, like, being kind of blown away at that. Like, what was that, you know? And I feel like in my lowest moments, I would talk to God. And I just feel like I never kept that, like, as close as I should have. But I definitely see moments in my life where God has, like, planted these seeds. Flash forward a little bit, a couple years. I was a kind of a rough teenager. I did a lot of things I shouldn't have and hung out with maybe the wrong people. And I don't know, I definitely wasn't close to God at all. I was actually probably very far from him. And flash forward to when I was 17, I ran away from home. I'm not going to say why or give any details on that, but I ran away, and life was not that great for me when I did run away either. Like, I thought I was going to run away to be free, but a lot of messed up things happened, and I got to a really low point in my life. And even after I turned 18, I kind of went off the rails, like partying and living out in the city, living my best life, living the Vida Loca, whatever it is. Living the Viva Loca. I don't even know what that means, but I was living it. And then I had to, like, some things happened that were not great. And then I ended up moving in with my Nana, my grandmother. And I got pregnant. And after I got pregnant, I definitely know that was from God for so many reasons. I immediately straightened my life out. I no longer had interest in anything. I mean, I stopped, even after, obviously I'm not going to be like smoking weed, but I stopped smoking weed after the fact. I tried to touch it again, but I wasn't interested really. It started giving me really bad anxiety. I kind of just, even now, I kind of just, like, drink occasionally. I was never really much of a drinker, but I stopped going out, doing stupid stuff. I always thought of my daughter first. I also feel like God sent me a daughter just to really help heal certain parts of me that definitely needed to be healed. I mean, God has done so much in my life, helping me work through things that I never thought I would be able to work through. Me and my daughter's father split up, and I became a single mom, as one does when you split up. And I started talking to my now husband, Sam. I've known him since I was 13. He was my first ever boyfriend, so we rekindled and started talking. And he was a Christian, and I kind of, like, dreaded that. I thought that the Bible was man-made. Now that I am a Christian, it is man-made, but it is made by the most credible men that could have made it, right? He invited me to church, and I really did not want to go. I did not want to go. It was City First Church in Rockford. They're awesome. I ended up going anyway. And when I tell you I left there sobbing, they had a video playing on the screen, girl, saying she was a single mom, she had a kid, it didn't work out with the person, and she was, like, left with nothing, and then someone told her to go to church, and then she started following God. She met her husband. They are doing great now. They had another kid together, and I didn't know it at the time. But not only was God reaching to me in the present, but he was also telling me my future if I keep coming back. I'm married to Sam.
That's cute.
We have a son. God has blessed us with so many things. But when I saw that, I just knew it was like this overwhelming feeling that I was being like directly spoken to by God. I mean, it was my story on that screen. It may have not have been me talking, but it was like it was my story. And there was just no way that I could deny him at that point. And I gave it, I let him in. I was like, okay, you win, you reached me, you got me. Just like God met you at the bar, God met me in that church. God,
God can meet you anywhere.
He's going to meet people where they're at when they need to see him most. And ever since then, like, I can't even imagine going back to that person that I was. I mean, I've definitely had struggles in my faith with just, like, following my faith and doing what I need to do. I feel like I'm way better than what I was when I first, went to that church. Because I definitely struggled a little bit after that. But knowing God more comes, like, conviction, comes the, the changing of the heart and so on and so forth. But, I look at these Snapchat videos of me when I was, 18, and I'm like, oh my gosh, who is that person? That is not me. Like, I am literally not looking at me because I could never see myself doing those things again. Ever. Like, it's insane to me. Like, someone needed to, stop me. Like, you need to stop. But I'm, proud. I'm so proud of the person I am now. And I'm so grateful to God for him making me into the person that I am today. And putting me in the position to do this and to, have things like Alpha and Partner and introducing me to so many people who just uplift and support me and having the opportunities to plant seeds in people. And, I don't know, even doing this, people who are listening, planting seeds. There's people who don't know us that listen to the podcast. And, I just encourage you guys, get involved and, listen to where Christ is calling you and all these amazing things. When you let God in, I don't know. Yes, bad things can still happen in your life, but I don't know. I feel like he's changed mine so much.
Sorry for the noise, but I have something to picture. Okay. This is, God, and then it's a door with no knob. Because he's just gonna stand there at the door and just be like, hey, you gonna let me in or what? I'm trying to help you.
What a great
little
description.
bit of a mess. So I took that and that, honestly, I took me a minute to open the door, but he kept knocking. It was I was met at the bar, that was a knock. And then it's every text, that's another little knock. He's not gonna outwardly say these things, but he's gonna speak through you, speak to you through people and everything. And when I first, I genuinely thought Christians, people, I was are you guys schizophrenic? What's going on?
No, literally.
Because they were talking about, he met me in my room. And I was like, what do you mean? I would literally be scared. So for real, I was
But it's true, now that you know.
I wouldn't understand, but this world is so much more spiritual than anyone gives it credit for. I think I've actually said that on the podcast as well, too. I've said that a few times.
Our generation is coming back to God so much, too, and it's honestly so beautiful to see how many young people are involved, young adults, kids, teenagers, it's amazing to watch. Yeah. We have, jump into our next segment here. We got sent these lovely 2 games from, hold on, because there's 2 names on here. I want to make sure I get the right one. From Culture Games and Christian Culture Games on Instagram. I will make sure to put that in the video on YouTube. It's Bible Women and Christian Culture. We're going to play a little bit of both to do a little segment. And Bible Women is a lot of fun little questions. Same with Christian Culture. We'll start with the Bible Women one. And we'll do a few here. Okay. So, let's see. There's like different ways that you can play this. I'm just going to take a few of these cards and we're just going to answer some of the questions on there just because I feel like for podcast purposes, it's going to give us some good talking points. But definitely check them out on Instagram. Let's start with this one. A woman in the Bible whose story would trend on social media for weeks. Honestly, I feel like Mary Magdalene. Because, what do you mean? You had 7 demons inside of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to find a good one here.
This one might not be the best game for me to play because I actually don't. I know more guy names though. Like I'm still.
It's cool. Well, if you
like
need
my favorite story is the girl in the well, but she doesn't even have a name. She's literally the girl at the well.
Okay. Period. Well, if you ladies ever need a good game to play at your Bible study, especially little, breakfast, brunch topics, coffee dates. This is definitely a good game to play. There's Bible study, trivia questions, conversation starter, and a matching game that you have with this. So really it's like 4 different games in one. And yeah, definitely good.
We will definitely play
starters.
that another time. I just genuinely don't know much of the women and the Bible specifically, so...
Then we have the Christian culture game. There's 4 different ways you could play this too. There's icebreakers, hot topics, interpretations, and stories. So let's see. Let's dabble in the icebreakers and the hot topics. Okay, yeah. These are going to be good. Should pastors be held to a higher standard in their personal lives? That one makes you think.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but at the same time, it's also important to know that we are all human and we all struggle.
But no,
I mean, they shouldn't be out here going to the bar and being all...
practice what you preach.
Yeah,
well, yeah, end of the day, we're all gonna be falling short. So, like, if they let something slip, or go out and have one, that's drinking.
Ooh, this is a good
drunkenness.
one. Should church leaderships and pastoral roles be restricted to men? I would hope people know my stance on this, and it is absolutely not. And I would love to say why. So, a lot of people, and I feel like I've actually had my own conversations with God about this. So, anybody who tries to, tell me no.
Well, you talk, sorry.
A lot of people like to talk about Paul's letters, and I would like to give my own personal interpretation on that, because in Paul's letters, we have to look at the context of that. He was talking about, he's saying women shouldn't speak in churches, but this is because at the time women were praying and prophesying so much that people started to listen to that instead of the people that were actually preaching that day. And so what this meant was we need to be respectful in church, or we need to not talk at all. Like, if you're not going to be respectful, stop moving your mouth like a rat. Yappa. So, because if we really took this seriously, that means we shouldn't even be allowed to talk in the common areas of the church. Like, when people are greeting you, hi, hello, you should just stare them dead in their face and not say anything. Does that make any sense? No. We wouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. God doesn't want us to do that. That's silly. We're not going to do that. Also, I'm not going to go too deep into this because we wanted to do a podcast episode on this. But also, I had my own encounter with God where I was asking him. I was like, God, what is the right answer to this? Because I had multiple conversations with some people on this that have different views. And God gave me a verse. And I had not read this part in the Bible yet, so there is no reason at all. I should have known this. I'm trying to remember the verse. But it was pretty much, once I remember, I'll put it in the YouTube video. Sorry for the people listening on the audio. It was basically saying God gave gifts to all people. And then it said, God gave gifts of ministry to his people. And then it said God gave gifts to men. But upon further review, the original translation of that verse for men was actually all people. So this is why it's so important to dig deeper into those verses and dig deeper into those original translations. Look at different versions of the Bible that you're reading, because a lot of them have like different wordings. And sometimes people take that and they run with it instead of doing their own research. So yes, I believe women should be able to be pastors. You got a good one?
Yeah, these are many are the plan. This is Proverbs 19:21, and it's like an interpretation one. So many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. So what does that mean to you?
You go first.
Okay.
I gotta reread this.
So, we have free will at the end of the day, and we might really want to do something, but God has a different plan. It's God's plan. So, if this is like why we need to go to him, because our lives are not going to be so peachy if we're ignoring him and not going to him, because we don't know the plan he has for us. Mm-hmm. So we're going to need to continue be humble and ask for his guidance, because like what?
This is true. There's definitely been times where I have wanted to do things, and then God has definitely steered me into a different direction, and it may have actually turned out better than I would have originally planned. So I think it's important to always listen to God, especially when he's trying to talk to you and tell you, not this way, not this way.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you still don't listen, like, he will make you listen. And you just gotta... So why do you think God sometimes lets bad things happen? Okay, so...
The devil. That's the devil.
Yeah. But also...
I have a really good answer to this.
What?
I said I have a really good answer to this when you're done.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I be saying my thoughts out loud.
No, I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, no.
No, I know, but I really wanted to speak on it too. Oh, okay, so he lets bad things happen because I feel like if our lives were just peachy, we wouldn't need him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's the humbleness of it. Like I said, like, hey, nobody really knows why we're here. We're kind of all just figuring it out. So that's why it's very important to be, like, a good person at the end of the day and treat people with respect, because everyone's going through something else. But that's the whole point, is just to have that one-on-one relationship with you and him.
I also feel like with free will comes, like, there's things that come with
consequences. Free will don't mean free of consequences.
Well, not only that, but because there's free will in the world, that means things can just happen. It's not... If I were to stub my toe right now, would it be fair to be like, Haley, I can't believe you let me do that? It's not fair. I should have watched where I was walking. It's not fair to blame everything on God. And I get, coming from a place of hurt, I've definitely had moments where I'm like, God, why would you let that happen? But with free will, sometimes things just happen. I have cried in my car and screamed at God before, but it's important in those low moments to use them to get closer to God instead of question him, Mm-hmm. You got another? Are these all the ones you picked out? Okay, let's see. If God appeared to you right now, what question would you ask him?
How am I doing? Am I doing okay? Am I on the right path? You know?
I think I'd honestly ask him for a hug. Like,
am I close to a breakthrough? Am I in a waiting season? What's going on?
I don't know what I would ask God. I'm going to be honest, I really do feel like I would just ask for a hug. I feel like that'd be so healing. I'm like so jealous of the people that like met Jesus, you know? Like, that's not fair. He's like always with you, but like I want to like in the flesh, you know?
Yeah. Well, we'll get there. This is not our only life, and I'm just in a phase right now where I like it here. It's fun, but I'm just like, Jesus, come back now.
It's time.
I'm sick of this.
Yeah, definitely now more than ever in this world, I feel like.
I've been, praying a lot about my anxiety because this world is freaking me out. Describe a time in your life when pain was transformed into purpose. I'm gonna go. So, I did not have a good relationship with my mom growing up, and that genuinely affected me like a lot, because I wanted like a mother-daughter connection, and it just was not there, and we argued a lot, and it was just made me question me and my worth, because I was like, blood, whatever. But so then but everyone's dealing with their own things, and I was too young to even understand like why that was happening. But then when I met Lana at the bar, she was like a mom to me, you know, and she calls me her spiritual daughter. She texts me way more than my mom has ever texted me in my entire life, and like she's just there. And I so desperately wanted like that mother-daughter relationship, and I don't have it with my actual mom, but like I have a mom now, a spiritual one, love her. And so yeah, and she's like there with me in my walk, helps me and keeps me on track. If I didn't have her, if she didn't show the love of Jesus and everything, I would not be going to church. I wouldn't. Because there's been times where I was still like, I don't know. I'm still like not feeling like I'm worth it for the church. So she was like, no, God's love. So that was definitely something that was causing me a lot of pain, but she is definitely healed. And yeah.
I'm not gonna name like specific moments where I've like had these painful moments, but I will say in my painful moments, I could think of a few in my head. I've definitely now come to learn to go to God first. And instead I would go to people first. Go to my best friend, I don't know. And now I kind of go to God first. And I feel like he's helped me with a lot of things that I didn't know that I could heal from. And so, I don't know if that's really, like, transformed it into a purpose, but maybe the purpose was for me to just share with you guys that you guys gotta take it to God first. Maybe that was the purpose.
Yeah, I struggle with that, though. Like, not, like, I pray, but I sometimes will, like, act on emotions. Like, I had a rough day at work, and I didn't take it all to God first. I was, like, kind of crashed out. And that was probably not the best, but you know.
What's your favorite way to connect with God? And does it change based on the season?
I really like praise, worship music. I really like that.
Honestly, me too. I feel like when I'm just like singing on the top of my lungs for God, like, I don't know, I feel like that's when I feel it most. And in church, I feel like church is my favorite way to connect with God. I'm really bad at reading my Bible. I've been better, but I don't know. I had to get like this whole study Bible for myself just so that I can like write and highlight, and I feel like that would make it more fun for me. This is the She Reads Truth Bible, and it comes with like a little app. And I actually have stuff highlighted in my Bible now and stuff written in there, which means I'm actually reading it, you guys. So be proud. I should read it, especially if I'm going to be doing
God's
a podcast. So yeah, I mean...
Was that the last one?
Mm-hmm. Should we wrap it up?
Yeah. We will play more of these, like... I kind of want to do like a little TikTok episode or something, but we'll keep
TikTok
these
live.
Yeah, we'll keep these separate, so we're not repeating them.
Okay.
Or maybe like we'll repeat them down the line.
Turn them the other way. You're frozen. Here, I got it. Okay. Thank you guys.
Like you're frozen.
Thank you guys for listening. We will be more consistent. I'm not
microphone.
Microphone. I'm not gonna say I promise because I don't want to make promises that I don't know.
Okay, at least once a month. We could at least keep that promise to you guys. Are you kidding me? We were doing like every week. That's 4 times a month.
That was a lot. We should at least shoot for 2 times a month.
We would jump in the gun.
We should shoot for twice a month.
Yeah.
That's not unreasonable. And that's like once every 2 weeks. We could do that for you guys. We're going to do that for you guys. Well,
we can and will.
Yep. Thank you guys for listening. And we will see you in 2 weeks. Until then, you can catch us on social media or TikTok Live. So, yeah.
Bye. Peace out, Girl Scouts.